Hello student, my name is Gaetan Fanta. Today we are discussing on Unit 8 Grade 11 History, the major events of the 16th century, Ethiopian region and the Horn of Africa and its impact. Student, after the end of this unit, you will be able to explain the involvement of Portuguese and Ottoman Turks in the war between Christian Highland Kingdom and Adal Sultanate. Analyze the traditional Oromo social and political organization and its practice. The other objective, explain the cause and the process of Oromo population movement and expansion in the 16th century and 17th century and its consequence. Student, this unit includes the following subtopic. The first subtopic, the Portuguese and Ottoman Turkish rivalry in the Ethiopian region and the Horn of Africa. Second one, the conflict between Sultanate of Adal and the Christian Highland Kingdom. The third one, the Oromo population movement. Let us see each topic one by one. The first topic, the Portuguese and Ottoman Turkish rivalry in the Ethiopian region and the Horn of Africa. Student, who was Prester John? The legend of Prester John of Indus was important for the revival of foreign relations of Ethiopia with the outside world. The main objective of this legend to develop the moral of European Christians to struggle against the Turks in the Middle East to capture the Holy Land. During that time, the legend of Prester John was developed. The European Christian say that there is one powerful Christian king somewhere in the east, and the European associate in India, the other says that in Ethiopia. As a result of this, during the time, Portuguese search Prester John. In the 14th century, the country of Prester John came to be identified with the medieval Christian kingdom of Ethiopia. Henry IV, he wrote a letter to the Ethiopian kings by addressing him Prester John. In this letter, the Christian king to provide military help to liberate the Holy Land from the Muslims. Before that, starting from 1096 up to 1270 AD, there was a crusade. The crusade, the war between European Christian and Turks to control the Holy Land. But in the 14th century, the area was controlled by Ottoman Turks. The Portuguese, the superpower of the time, starting relationship with the Ethiopian kings, but at the center, Egyptian sultans who did not want to see the rise of Christian superpower in the Horn of Africa. As a result of this, Egypt blocked the relationship between Ethiopia and Portugal, especially the Christian Island Kingdom. The early attempt of King Isaac, King Jacob, to establish contact with European state was blocked by Egypt. The Portuguese sailors, the known sailor of Portugal, Vasco da Gama, he discovered new sea route to India about 1498 AD. As a result of it, there was rivalry between Ottoman Turks and Portugal to control Red Sea trade route and the Gulf of Aden. This was the main factor for the involvement of Portugal and Ottoman Turkey in the case of Christian Island Kingdom and Adal Sultanate. Queen Eleni. Queen Eleni, she was the wife of the Jacob and the regent ruler of Christian Island Kingdom, sent a mission to Portugal about 1512 AD. The mission was led by Armenian merchant Matthew. Eleni requests the Portuguese government for military help to against the Sultanate of Adal. In 1520, the Portugal sent an official diplomatic mission to Ethiopia. Among the members of the missionary, the known one was Bermudez. After Bermudez, Rodriguez, Pedro Pez, Alfonso Mendez, those are the missionaries. But the successful one was Pez. King Lebnadingil, he was the son of Naud. His force fought with the Sultan of Adal, Emir Mahfuz, about 1570 AD. This struggle, Lebnadingil killed Mahfuz. Then the involvement of Portugal and Ottoman Turkey, starting from this time, was increased. So then, this is all about the involvement of Portugal and Ottoman Turkey in the case of Christian Island Kingdom and Adal Sultanate. The next topic, the conflict between Sultanate of Adal and Christian Island Kingdom. After the Jacob victory over the army of Ahmed Barlay in 1445 AD, the Sultanate of Adal reduced tributary status, the tributary of the Christian Island Kingdom. During the time, the merchant Imam Sheikh Emirs opposed the Christian Highland Kingdom. Emir Mahfuz, he was a powerful Imam. He struggled against Naud. He struggled against Iskandar. But at last, about 1570 AD, he was killed by Lebnadingil. After the days of Mahfuz, another powerful Muslim Sultanate was Ahmed ibn Ibrahim Ali Ghaz. He was a powerful Sultan of Adal. He struggled against with the Christian kingdom starting from after the days of Emir Mahfuz. Before that, he was a cavalry of Mahfuz. And he married Batila Lombara. She was the daughter of Mahfuz. About 1529 AD, at the Battle of Shimbrakure near Mojo, the Christian Highland Kingdom fought with the Sultan of Adal, Ahmed ibn Ibrahim Ali Ghaz. This battle, Ahmed ibn Ibrahim Ali Ghaz defeated Lebnadingil. About 1535 AD, Lebnadingil, starting from 1529 up to 1535 AD, Lebnadingil led a fugitive life in the northern part of Ethiopia. About 1535 AD, he sent John Bermudez to Europe with two letters to address the Pope of Rome and the King of Portugal. Then, in 1541, Bermudez arrived to Ethiopia with 400 soldiers led by Christopher da Gama. Christopher da Gama was the younger son of Vasco da Gama. Lebnadingil did not see the arrival of military support from Portugal because he was died about 1540 AD. His wife Sablawangel and his successor Galaudius received the Portuguese soldiers. On the other side, Ottoman Turks sent 900 infantry to support the Sultan of Adal. The Portuguese campaign at the Battle of Wafla, the Portuguese versus the Adal Sultanate. In this struggle, or in this battle, Cristobal da Gama was killed by the force of Adal. After the days of Cristobal da Gama, the combined force of Christian Highland Kingdom that was led by Galaudius and the Portuguese soldier struggled with Ahmed ibn Ibrahim Aligaz at the Battle of Wainadaga. The force of Ahmed was defeated by Galaudius. The Battle of Wainadaga The consequence includes the churches, monasteries, mosques burned and looted. The other one, the days of many people or loss of human life. High number of human life was lost during the time. The other result, intermixing of culture. Intermixing of culture was the other result of this war. The end of Sultanate of Adal and the days of Ahmed ibn Ibrahim Aligaz. This all about the conflict between Sultanate of Adal and Christian Island Kingdom. Student, the next lesson, the Oromo population movement. The Oromos are one of the indigenous and the oldest people of Ethiopia and the Horn. The original homeland of the Oromo, according to Oromo oral tradition, the original homeland of Oromo people in the highland of present-day Bale and Sidamo province is there Harro Abu, Tullu Kurkwar, Tullu Walwal, and Harro Garji. But the ritual and political center of the Oromo was known as in the Madda Walabu. The Oromo institution and social organization. On the eve of 16th century movement, the Oromo was organized into two separate confederacies. Those are Borana and Barentu. The Borana confederacy includes Mechatulama, Guji, Southern Borana. Those are including under Borana confederacy. On the other hand, the Barentu confederacy includes Karayu, Itu, Akachu, Marawa, Warantisha, Humbana, and Itu. Those are including under Barentu. Those are the Borana. The next one, religion. Before their conversion to Christianity and Islam, the Oromo worshipped their own traditional religion. This religion was Waka. Waka, the Oromo believed to be a supreme god. It refers to the sky god, the ultimate power in the universe and the source of life and nature. The power of Waka manifested through the spirit of Ayana. Ayana was intermediary between Waka and the Oromo people. Kalu was a spiritual leader in the Oromo traditional religion. It was highly respected by the people and can exercise great influence beyond spiritual sphere in economic, political, and social life of the people. The young adult men visited the Kallu to get his blessing. Kallu was also known as Abba Muda, the father of anointment. He got the name from the ceremony of Muda. The ceremony was celebrated in 8 years interval. The Kallu blessed Gada official to govern the Oromo for 8 years. The next one, the Gada system. Student, what do you mean by Gada system? Gada system was the Oromo developed a democratic and socio-political structure. It was the arrangement of social category, and it was the arrangement of men into groups usually called parties, and it also the arrangement of task work to be performed. It mainly focused on the arrangement of ideas, principles, and rules. The group of men are called parties. They are involved into different parties. One full cycle of Gada was 40 years. Birimiji, Bichili, Horota, Dollo, Robele. A man and all his brothers are in the same party regardless of the difference in their age. The grades indicate the first one, Itimako, second one, Dabale, the third one, Folle, the fourth one, Kundala, the last one, Luba. There was age limitation, 0 up to 8, 8 up to 16. There was age limitation in all grades. But the full cycles, 40 years. The 5 parties operated at one time in 40-year cycle, each group assigned by the rulers of Gada to take responsibility. By the end of this life, every man in the Gada had held every major position in the system. At the Luba grade, the party takes responsibility of governing the nation for 8 years. After performing public office, all men of the party were automatically retired or made Yuba. Yuba celebrated as a chefe of completion called Gadamoji. Student, what are the main functions of each grade? The main function of Itimako serve as a messenger, looking after calf, doing a road close to home. Those are the main function of Itimako. The main function of Dabale, herding, looking after trade opportunity, making decision, safeguarding the society, and livestock. The main function of Folle are a warrior class, Abadullah elected from this rank. The first one, Kondala, it is a transitional grade or reserved army. The last one, Luba. Luba was a ruling class of all male Oromo joined the Gada system as their birth. The Gada political military structure exclude women. The Oromo women had parallel institution. The institution of women was Sike. Sike for female, Gada for male Oromo. The officials of Gada were elected on the basis of their merit and ability. The highest authority visited under Abba Boku or Abba Gada, father of Gada or spokesman. Abba Sera, chief of the judge. The main function of Abba Sera, chief of the judge. Abadullah, commander of the army. Shene, council. Student, what was the political philosophy of Gada system? political philosophy of Gada system include three main principles. The first main principle, terms of 8 years. Second main principle, balanced opposition between parties. Third one, power sharing between higher and lower class. These principles help us to prevent misuse of power. Corrupt or dictatorial leaders would be removed from the power through the process called recall before the official end their own term. The external and internal factor led to the fail of Gada system. The internal factor, frequent wars. The other one, the emergence of powerful war leaders like Abbadullah, who gradually changed to Moti. The other one, the development of long-distance trade. The introduction of Islam into different parts of Ethiopia and the influence of hierarchical system of Ethiopian Empire. The next one, student, the cause and direction of Oromo population movement. The main cause for the movement of Oromo was population pressure. The conflict between Christian Highland Kingdom and Sultanate of Adal accelerated their free movement. The movement mainly focused on searching of grazing land for their own cattle, breeding space for themselves. Between 1550 up to 1580, there was rapid Oromo population movement into central part of Ethiopia, western part of Ethiopia, southeastern, southern, and north region of Ethiopia. All moved into. Even the movement include present-day Kenya and Somalia. The 16th century movement initiated by Meja and Tulema clans. According to Ababare, was an Orthodox monk who lived in the 16th century in Gamo, which located 60 kilometers to Harraolabu. The Oromo launched a number of attack states of Hadiya, Bale, Shirka, Dauro, and Fatagar. During the time, the leader of the Christian Highland Kingdom, Galaudius, he struggled with the Oromo. By 1516, the Oromo established their center at Fatagar or Odanabi, nowadays Dukam. The Oromo launched a periodic campaign in the western direction against Waj, against Binzamo, Damot, and Gafat. Sarsadingil, he was the ruler of Christian Highland Kingdom. He struggled with Oromo. He scored a victory over the Oromo warriors, but temporary success did not stop the movement. About 1580s, Binzamo, Damot, in Raya was conquered by the Oromo. The two Omotic states resisted the Oromo population expansion, Kafa and Walaita. Kafa and Walaita resisted the Oromo population movement. The Oromo population movement direction. The RC left the highlands of Bale, moved towards the northwest to the present day Lake Zawai. The southern Borana, who left their center into northwestern Bale, moved to southward present territory. The Karayu, who live in the upper course of Wabi Shebele. Ito and Umbana clans left Valley and moved to Harar. The Guji clan settled around Lake Zawai. The movement of Oromo began about the early 16th century up to the beginning of 17th century. Early resistance lasted up to 1710 in Raya. There are two reasons for the success of Oromo population movement. First one, strong nature of Oromo socio-political military organization. Second one, the civil war between Christian Island Kingdom and Muslim Sultanate. The consequence of Oromo population movement. The movement took various Oromo clans far away place in Ethiopia. Other one, the movement brought the Oromo contact with various people of Ethiopia region. Third one, the movement equally affect both Oromo and non-Oromo states. Walaita and Kafa survived because of heroic resistance and sacrifice. The Oromo took various socio-political elements. The movement affected the Gada system. The Oromo involved in the long-distance trade. Oromo borrowed some element of kinship from neighboring peoples. As a result of this, 5 Gibe states was emerged. Those 5 Gibe states, Limu in Raya, it was the strong one. Jimma, Goma, Guma, and Gera. The other one, the Wallagga state, Leka Kallam, Leka Nakamt, and Horro Guduru. Today, many people of Ethiopia share several common social and cultural values. This was one of the consequences of Oromo population movement in the 16th century. Student, generally, today we have seen about the Portuguese and Ottoman Turkish rivalry in the Ethiopia region and the Horn of Africa. The main aim of Portuguese and Ottoman Turkey to capture the trade route. To achieve their own aim involved on the side of Christian Island Kingdom and Adal Sultanate. Second topic, the conflict between Sultanate of Adal and Christian Island Kingdom. The main cause of conflicts against the Christian Island Kingdom and Muslim Sultanate to capture the trade route. That was the main factor for the conflict. The last one, the Oromo population movement. This movement was initiated by Mecha and Tulama clans. Then the movement includes different parts of Ethiopia, even including Somalia and Kenya. Student, for the next time, answer the following questions. The first one, who was priest Sir John of Indus? Second, why Portugal and Ottoman Turks involved in the conflict of Christian Island Kingdom and Adal Sultanate? Mention the result of the Battle of Wainadaga. What was the political philosophy of Gada system? List the member of Barentu and Borana Confederacy. The last one, explain the consequence of Oromo population movement. Student, until next time, goodbye.